San Juan Islands are one of the most beautiful cruising areas in the Pacific Northwest. The area offers a wide variety of destinations, historic marinas and towns, isolated anchorages, and 14 marine state parks. Friday Harbor is the commercial hub of the San Juan Islands, and it has a busy ferry landing, an airport, plenty of shopping, land and water tours, museums, restaurants, theaters, and fortunately, all of this is pretty much within walking area of the port. So once you come in, everything is accessible to you. Most boaters approaching Friday Harbor from Puget Sound are going to be entering the islands through Cattle Pass. Be careful here. It's got plenty of depth and wide, but it does have some significant currents, so that you want to avoid especially any strong opposing wind and current. Watch your chart plotter and routes carefully, and don't be too distracted by the sea lions and seals on the rocks. They are very entertaining, but watch where you're going. About 5 miles north of Cattle Pass, you will turn into San Juan Channel. And here you are rounding Turn Rock. It's marked with a green number 3 beacon. And this is important. It is possible to go between Turn Rock and Turn Island, but be careful because the currents can be quite strong in this area. So the safest route is to take the outside or the east side of Turn Rock. And then once you're past Turn Island, heading west, you want to stay about half a mile off of San Juan and Brown Island, just to be sure that you don't get caught up on the Minnesota Reef. Minnesota Reef is marked with a green day marker, number 1, and it's a pretty significant one, so you want to stand off a little bit as you're entering Friday Harbor. Friday Harbor has 2 entrances actually, but the preferred one is the western one. You can go into the eastern entrance and then down the channel toward Friday Harbor, but you're going to be having to weave around a lot of anchored boats and passing a lot of private marinas. So the preferred entrance is the much wider and open western entrance to Friday Harbor. You also want to keep an eye out for ferries. They travel at 17 knots and they have the right-of-way. Technically, the float planes do not have the right-of-way, but they need a long stretch of takeoff and landing area, so give them that. If you're approaching Friday Harbor from the north, you might transit Spiden Channel, and waters from the Strait of Georgia flush through Spiden Channel at a considerable force. So be careful there. They can get up to 5 knots. Check your current tables carefully. The area where Spiden meets San Juan Channel can be quite a washing machine if you have a maximum current with an opposing wind. So stay well off Limestone Point. Coming south in San Juan Channel, you want to stay as close to the center of the channel as possible to avoid the reef that is west of Yellow Island. This reef has claimed a lot of bottom paint, so be careful there. Give it a wide berth. It's marked with a red buoy, RN number 4, and it's on the southeast end of the reef, so don't get too close to Yellow Island. If you're approaching Friday Harbor from the east, coming from, say, Anacortes or the Bellingham area, you'll probably round Lopez Island and transit Upright Channel, and then you're coming pretty much in the same route as the ferry takes. Just as long as you stay in the middle of the channel, you'll just be fine. Coming into Friday Harbor, note the red windsock at the harbor entrance on Breakwater A. Most visiting boats are going to be directed to G or H docks. H is connected to the west end of Breakwater A, and G is immediately inside the entrance to the harbor. So those 2 docks are the most frequently used by transient boaters. The dock numbers are at the top of pilings, and the slip numbers are on blue plaques with white lettering on the water level, and they're quite easy to see. As you're going in, odd numbers are on the east side and even numbers are on the west side of the docks. Larger boats might be directed to empty slips on F, E, C, or M, the main pier. Again, odd numbers are on the east side and even numbers are on the west side of the docks. Even larger boats might be directed to empty slips that are on J and K docks. These are accessed by not going into the main entrance to the marina, but instead going outside around the breakwaters B, C, and D. This is also the way to the fuel dock. You don't enter the main marina if you're going to the fuel dock. You're going around the east side of the marina in between the marina and the ferry landing. Breakwater A is a complimentary tie-up for shopping or exploring town, and you can stay up to 4 hours there if you wish. Friday Harbor is now the only customs port of entry in the San Juans. All boats coming from Canada are asked to use the CBP Rome app. Nexus is still a plus, but even those with just a passport can clear customs through the CBP Rome app, and in most cases can go directly to their slip or their anchorage. If you are directed to go to the customs check-in, it's on Breakwater B, and there's an iPad there that you can use to give them the information that they're asking for.
Typically, we reserve 75% of the slips, and the other 25% are held for same day, come first serve arrivals. The best thing to do is get on the port's website, portfridayharbor.org, and go into the reservation system. If for whatever reason people don't have access to a computer or they're struggling, they can always call the port's main marina office, and we'll make the reservation for them through our system. As you're coming into the marina, you just call us on the VHS 66 Alpha, and the marina staff will help everybody get to their vessels to their assigned berths. We've got standard water, sewer pump out, electric, Wi-Fi. There are laundry facilities here. There's emergency haul-out services in the bay to the south. We put a lot of effort into making sure that folks that take their kind of precious vacation time and visit us, that they have a great experience, and that's what we're shooting for every time.
Make sure to put Friday Harbor on your cruising destination, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the dock.